Hi, everybody. I am here today to talk about our latest IPO on EasyProperties, Cederburg. Now, I'm really excited about this development because it's actually not that far away from where I live. So it's quite exciting to me. Cederburg is situated in Conradie Park, which is near Pinelands in Cape Town. It's got an internal rate of return of 9.6%, an estimated net rental yield of 7.95%, and we've negotiated an awesome little discount for you guys of 5.6%. Now, we opened this IPO last week. It's done really well, and it's closing on the 24th of December. So if you're looking for a little Christmas stocking filler for your portfolio, I think this is going to be one to watch. Now, today I'm chatting with Sebastian Dieperink, project manager at Concor Construction, the developer for this property. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, Sebastian. How are you doing?
Thanks, Carly. Thanks for the intro. Doing really well. Excited to take you guys through Conradie Park and show you guys what we have planned. I just wanted to share my screen and then I can take you guys and show you the overall development plan. Projected to be around 6,000 plus minus units at the end of the project. Currently, we've built close on 1,500 units. We've just launched Cederburg this year. It's close to 116 units, quite close to the paddle courts and 5 soccer, which is down here at the bottom, also quite close to the linear park. It's right
I'm
across.
loving this bottom strip here with all these colors. That looks really cool.
Yeah, so that's the linear park, runs the whole way across. We've actually chatted to Park Run, and they want to do like a cool little park run route all the way along this sort of, I guess, promenade route, which is quite exciting. I guess also, yeah, we have over and above Cederberg, we have MU1, which is a cool retail mall, which will also be launching not too far away with anchor tenants like Discam, Checkers, Builders, which will be quite cool. Lots of coffee shops and restaurants as well in this area, but as well as some retail pockets not too far away from Cederberg as well.
So I can drop my kids off at the school, grab a quick game of paddle, get a coffee, do my grocery shopping, all in the space of like a couple of blocks. Is that what you're telling me?
Like 5 or so minutes. Yeah, we've planned Conradie to be very pedestrianized, so we've created nice walkable corridors that sort of encourage people to walk and walk in, kind of just park their car and just walk the facility. Not necessarily.
Yeah.
Once you're in Conradie, you kind of don't need to leave.
I'm loving that there's like a bit of a promenade now available to us in the burbs. We don't have to go all the way to Sea Point. You can stop sharing your screen. Let's get into it a little bit because this is still under development, right? So where are we in terms of completion? What can investors expect to see in the next year or two?
So in the next year, to 2 years, we planned on releasing them all with close on 864 units. So there'll be 864 units with a more retail on ground. It'll be Checkers, Discam, all of those guys. We're planning on possibly a cool gym space on one of the blocks, which will be quite cool for the residents at Cederberg as well. They can use that facility, maybe possibly a co-working as well, which we're trying to finalize, which will be really cool. Yeah, I think by 2027 we plan on being closer to 3,000 units, so more than halfway through the project. So
that's very exciting. I'm loving this whole like lifestyle precinct energy. Tell me a bit from like an investor's point of view. A precinct like this, why could that be more attractive to long-term investors compared to standalone developments?
So instead of standalone developments, I guess we offer sort of a precinct facility wise. We offer a lot of really nice facilities. The paddle, obviously, the linear park.
I
I
guess
guess
though,
with
these are all things that build retention, right? So in terms of tenants and buyers and that kind of thing, it just gives you more reason to stay and to stay longer. Like if your kid's going to the school, it's not like you're going to pick up and just go and move somewhere within a year. You know, there's real anchoring aspects about this property that make you want to stay. And I think that creates a nice stability from an investor point of view in terms of rental income being a bit more stable. And in terms of the value of the property, I mean, that kind of long-term staying power without loads of turnover necessarily is quite a nice element, I think, if you're an investor, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. Also, on some of the units that you guys actually purchased, they're ground floor units with bigger balconies. So they definitely appeal to sort of family and a family that wants to move in and stay for quite a few years. And obviously the school right next door facilitates that family that wants to move in and has access to that space.
Who doesn't want a school that's like walking distance from your house? I would be so keen.
Yeah.
Avoid the traffic completely. Now, Pinelands area, I know Conradie Park isn't in Pinelands necessarily, but it's the same sort of area. It's not like typically the first place people think about for an investment. What would you say to someone who's asking why here? Like, are there any benefits to investing in these areas as opposed to the Atlantic Seaboard, which often gets like all the shine?
Yeah.
Just thinking about oversupply, the way prices are going on the Atlantic Seaboard. Like, can you speak to that a little bit?
No, 100%. Well, I mean, if you look at the average rate per square in CBD, you're closer to 60, 70,000 rand a square, where
That's wild.
which is quite high. And then you also have a quite a high entry point. It's quite expensive if you're considering to buy a studio in CBD. At minimum, you're looking at close to 1.6 million. So we've tried to offer a more affordable product, not too far. With Even though we're not in CBD, we are, I would say, more central to the airport, Joburg, UCT. We're very close. So from a student market, if you're looking to rent to students or looking to rent to, and a lot of our residents also work at the Amazon building, quite close to Riverlands. So a lot of those guys have also started to move into Pinelands. So we're still very central for them. Um, yeah.
Yeah. I would say Pinelands is actually one of your most central locations, just in terms of you can get to the CBD in 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, you're there. And I don't know of a lot of I know this isn't an estate, it's a precinct, but that kind of lifestyle living I don't know of another place like that that is as close to the CBD. Often these places are really far out. You know, they're in the winelands or they're in, quite far out in the suburbs in the north.
Or you're
Whereas
paying a
here,
premium, or you're
or you're
paying a premium for
paying,
it.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
paying a massive premium for it. So you're getting the lifestyle and the location, which is quite unusual, I think, and makes this quite unique. Yeah, so I think that sums up really well what makes this property unique and interesting. And yeah, we look forward to following its progress and excited to promote this to the Easy Equities community who love Cape Town properties as it is. So yeah, thank you so much for chatting with us today, Sebastian. And yeah, we'll catch up again soon.